Alright, hello everybody, welcome to VR Master League here on Channel 1. I'm Palidore, and this lovely Sunday evening for EU. Still morning time for me for a little while longer, but how do you do? Everyone there in the chat, welcome to it. Got a couple minutes left on the prediction poll there. We've got this match in the Diamond/Platinum division, kind of right on that edge. The number 14th ranked Astral on Orange team versus the 18th ranked Typhon here on Blue in the Platinum division. But both impressive records for both of these teams, as you see, a positive win rate. And with that, before it's too late, we're going to the first round, so let's get it. Alrighty, so first joust off and underway. That's going to be immediate pick by Game Tech. So we do have several matches up here tonight, slash this morning, slash this afternoon, and slashing through on the goal, it's Andu doing what he can do. 2 points to start things off in a nice fashion. Very brisk once that was on the other side of the floor. But yeah, we do have venues coming up in about 1 hour. Well, yeah, exactly 1 hour from now. 1 hour and 2 minutes, I should say. Master matches, 3 of them in a row. As we do get this joust out. We have the Legend now working it up the floor. Passing it sideways to Satori. Satori getting stunned there. As Andu has it taken away. So Satori getting it right back. Back to Alpha Wolf onto the cloud. Also, in about half an hour from now, we have Phantoms versus Team Gravity here on Channel 1. That will be a thriller, no doubt. As this one gets cleared out by these two teams, which I'm also expecting a pretty thrilling match. I had these teams start off a little bit earlier than usual, just 5 to 10 minutes earlier I was asking, so we can have some buffer. Because both these teams at the top of their game and we get deeper into the season, we know this competition is going to be more and more lit, as it's a great get from Alpha Wolf. Howling that one all the way back into the moon, but that said, back into Satori's hands on the interception and off into the other lane. That is back into the Legend's hands, but the Legend of this game are the goalkeepers. A lot of great saves either which way. Back to Howler, Howler bouncing it over to the Legend. The Legend has maybe one cutter, but some clever maneuvering and dancing on that side. Top of the wall, that is, and you can just see the spins being put on, not to mention the inversion. Always going to put a hurtin' on defenders if they don't match that orientation. And Lardo Renardo betting the big bucks accidentally. Well, wishing you the best on this match in that case. Let's see, Andu on the clear. 3 players actually stacked and stunned by the Howler. Howler doing a great job to delay for a little while and does enable enough time for Satori to get there for a recovery once and twice before it gets lost a bit here in the tunnel. See, back in the chat, Ak or Bak, either way. It's a very musical name, sort of. Saying the passing is great, but the intercepting is a frequency. And yeah, you know, same with the goalkeeping, right? We're seeing some good chances at some points, and yet it's either being intercepted or it's being just straight up saved directly in front of the goal. We've seen that from both teams already in these first few minutes. Getting a little bit crazy here and clustered up in that mid zone before sending a clear that way. And I think now is the time where, indeed, the passing will come especially in handy, because now, as of the last 30, 45 seconds or so, we've seen an incredible amount of clearing. An incredible amount of stealing, and the shot nearly there. Rebounded by Essex, but taking it out. It's the Legend, and right back again, the stuns. Oh my. Lot of brawls coming in. There's a stacks, one for either team, an immediate fling, and it's a success for the 3. 2 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock. And all ending in a 3-point goal and a 1-point lead. For the side of Astral here. Also, what's up to the Hidden One and Stardust? At the moment, some shooting stars, and they just missed the goal. Lucid Knight recovering for Typhon. But a take back again. There's another steal, another fling, and that is a guarantee on the 2-point shot. Alpha Wolf, assisted by the Legend and punishing now. And it's funny how much that happens, right? Where you have one possession, 2 possessions ago, go for 2 minutes and 46 seconds of playtime before a goal. But it's funny, once that little drought is broken, the next play around, a lot of the time, you're going to get a lot quicker of a goal. It's as if the teams just need that one goal to go in before they can finally calm it down a little bit, take a 15-second breather over there in the tunnels of the spawn room. And then next time around, they execute a bit more cleanly and confidently. Some great passing, though, that is to say, off this launch. Wow, that was stellar! Lucid Knight is definitely well aware and well lucid. That was exquisite to Essex. Exquisite. 5-4. That passing was phenomenal and quick. Everyone on the team for Typhon touched that disc down the floor in that joust. Wonderfully done. Love to see that kind of team play here. So Satori on that launch out will just miss the pass over. It took a ricochet into the interception. So it was Astral with 2 goals in a row just a minute ago. Now Typhon have a chance at maybe 2 goals in a row. Interception to Game Tech. Spreading the floor on the left lane. You see these 2 players. They have the options, and they've got the conversion. It's Sandu. 1 point lead right back to Typhon. It's exciting. So, with that, about 4 minutes left, a little bit over that, left in this first round. Impressed with what I've seen so far. Turnover here again, maybe, and yes, indeed, to Andu, trying to get that through the mid lane, but the back stack there to intercept it. Just biding their time, and wow, that barely got to Alpha on that pass there. But nicely done to squeeze it by, as the Legend works it up the floor. Now from that back plate to the back board, doesn't need it, because oh lord, it's the Legend taking a 1 point lead right back for Astral. Had some options there and had one at the backboard, as you see, to potentially go for an alley-oop or just to bother the goalie. But either way, coverage was not had on that front-lining player at the barrier, so just buried it instead. That said, we saw earlier on the good passing here from Typhon, but this rollout a little bit less successful, as it will be a turnover and a clear going Astral's way. Astral picking up some stacks, hitching a ride, and right in tow, but right out of their reach. Trap taken by Satori with a reset play to Alpha Wolf as they spread the floor once again, looking for their passing avenues. A Howler here. Over to the Legend. The Legend from up top has the good coverage from Andu, and Andu will tap that out. And another successful clear as they get their stacks together. So down the floor, attempting not to overshoot, and they will grab the disc. Andu there with some aggressive defense, so has to get rid of the disc. Essex not contested so far, but now trying to cover the lanes. A soft pass, maybe not soft enough. Andu couldn't quite dive it on time for the catch. So will still be taken back by Lucid. Lucid to the bow tie. Lucid to the corner. Game Tech takes a 1 point lead right back. Typhon now. What a competitive match this has been. And you see, this is why I asked the teams to start just a little bit early, because we do have that Master Tier Phantoms versus Team Gravity match at the top of the hour here. But I asked them to start a few minutes early for Astral and Typhon, because here in the Diamond and Platinum Edge, 14 and 18 are these ranks. I expected a close game that could possibly go to 3, so I wanted to just give a little bit of wiggle room. Thus far, I know it's only 1 round in, but we can see exactly that level of competition here that is high caliber and high quality. But definitely the passing has been fantastic. We've seen some good defense as well. And we've seen some good punishes off of these turnovers, and there it is again. Andu now putting up by 3 for Typhon in this first round. Definitely just back and forth. Neither team has been able to pull away by more than a goal. So currently a 3 point lead for Typhon, but will that last? Based on trends these first 9 minutes, I would say no. I would expect a goal here. And if one does not happen, that could mean Typhon has the momentum they need to carry themselves to win this round. Honestly, if either of these teams manage to pull ahead by more than those 2 or 3 points in this last minute, that will probably be the team to win it. And they can definitely help their case here for Typhon. There's the shots! Oh, the dinging off! That could have put it away. So still leaving the door open for Astral to recover and maybe make some spectacular plays in these final seconds. 47 of them to be precise. So someone go call an agent. That said, trying to kill them. Let's see if they can. Oh, the goal is a tough miss. And now they're going to have to think of maybe prioritizing a 3-point shot real soon here. There's not a ton of time. They can get a quick 2, then fine, but no, denied. Essex able to successfully maintain that stand inside the defensive end. With 25 seconds left, one goal here could put it away, and if it does turn into a chance for Astral again, they're going to have to go for a 3 in the immediate future. So there goes the stacks, and the goal is actually open! Oh, but the overshoots! That could have bought them the tie! Always an unfortunate thing when you're trying to mix that game of accuracy on your stacks versus the reading on the disc. You know, fast and accurate is the name of the game, and with that, Typhon is able to squeeze away with that narrow victory in round 1. Exciting round, though. As I said, I'm not mistaken, the whole way through, both teams were right within 2 to 3 points of each other, never pulled away by any more than that. So great way to start off for these European region streams tonight. So to the stat screen, courtesy of the boys at Ignite, ignitevr.gg, and the Spark application to be specific, providing the stat overlays for us. So off to the second round and off to the Twitch chat there. A lot of people complimenting the passing, some of those quick shots. Andrew going insane, says Bach. Astral are good. Baby Astral is better. Is that a rivalry brewing? Or is it one of those sister team type cases? There are some of those. There are several of those in OCE specifically. You have a lot of... What do they call them? You have team and then team reserves over in OCE. So you have like Invictus and Invictus reserves. Reapers reserves. Stuff like that. What's up, Hallie? What's up, Ziptic? Is that it? Glad to see you. Your name's a little bit cryptic, Ziptic. That said, we're gonna creep and crawl over to the second round. Oh, Mizzy. I kind of like Ziptic, though. That's a pretty cool sounding name, too. Although, Mizzy, my mistake. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How has your weekend been? Over to the orange zone. Picked up here by Lucid. Lucid getting stunned by Howler. Luke is the only one who can say your name right. Well, not anymore. Look, there's a Luke right here, in fact. Luke Knight, right? That's how you say it. Howler with a disc. Luke is going to be casting, actually, the venues events coming up for Europe in about 50 minutes from now. So be aware of that. Retep will also be joining me on the Phantoms vs. Team Gravity cast happening in about 20 minutes. That's the thriller of game that you don't want to miss, suffice to say. It's one of those matches where, you know, on the North American side for VRML, I've always said, historically, you know, Joker versus Kangarillas was always that match. I know now it's kind of well, now they're Ignite, but over on the European side, I would always say Team Gravity versus Phantoms since the very beginning of VRML. Same kind of case where that matchup has always been something amazing, as that was a great pass blazing on by the legend to Satori. They're going to get the first couple of points on the board. Anyway, don't worry. I got your name in the old mental register now. I shouldn't forget. Shouldn't. Usually, I'll get a name wrong once, and then I'll remember once I'm corrected. Usually. The exception to that rule is Buchibo. Over in North America. I couldn't help but say Buchibo for the longest time, even though I was corrected probably 10 different times. That said, Essex here with a disc for Typhon, looking to convert on a shot here. Once again, the quick passing off these jousts has been actually stellar. And look at that. They've connected successfully on, what, maybe 8 or 9 passes in a row now. All up and down the floor. And they've had to be quick passes. Had to have been quick passes because of the defense pressuring from Astral. Which, as I say that, they do cause a turnover. So immediately picking it up off the clear, but a great recovery from Typhon. They're going to cause a clear as well. Now right back on to Howler. Howler up the lane and picked off by Lucid. Now another passing play. Let's see, there's one in the goal, and just the patience. That team play is phenomenal. Absolutely picture perfect. Super impressed. I mean, both of these teams to large degrees, but Typhon especially on some of these plays, they're executing, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 passes in a row on some of these passes up the floor. It's very, very hard to do that at any level of Echo. So as I say that, another pickoff by Typhon, but intercepted by the Legend. It's a Legend with a chance. A deep fling rebound, maybe by the barrier, but a stun from Essex will deny. Lucid Knight, the recovery. Pat saying Grav should win, Phantom's lost Finn. Oh, when did that happen? Hard for me to keep up to date on all the movements sometimes. There's so many roster changes, so... did Finn go somewhere else, or... what happened there? Just curious. Give me... spill the tea! It is Europe after all, so... if, T... I think T is in your specialty, more so than on the side of NA. With that said, it is going to be a play coming in off the backboard for Satori, taking a 2 points. Not win, but, well, I guess win on that play. A 2-point lead. There's the words. They escape me now and then. But, that said, 4 minutes into the second round. And looking good so far. Much like that first round where both teams were just within one goal of each other for the entire way through. A good dribble move down the floor for that stack on Typhon. They'll lose a disc, however, on the second attempt. And the Legend now from that left lane. Working up the floor, they have that spacing they need, and there's the passing again. The stack trying to maneuver around, losing the handles though is Howler, and taking it back as Game Tech. So they're trying to speed down the floor now, maybe punish off of this turnover. They're just going to miss that grab. You saw that boosted player just jumping. Physical game is Echo Arena, but could not complete that grab. They will still get the rebound though. The cross pass over there, covered beautifully by the Legend and Satori. Both of them were clogging those lanes. So as Lucid Knight works the pass softly up to Game Tech. They're just really creeping their way slowly up this floor. A lot of patience as they continue to creep and crawl and crab down the floor. And there's a grab and the goal by Essex to tie it up at 4. Halfway through this first round, or second round, rather. Still super, super competitive. And what's up, Unscrambled? Welcome to the chat as well. Back saying, you want to get into VRML, but too young? Well, hopefully it won't be the case for the long term, right? You can join VRML real soon. Definitely glad to have people joining in the league and continuing to grow every single season so far, these last 2 years. Now, as a grab gets had here by Essex, it is all tied up with 4.5 minutes left. Round 2. Astral needing this victory in order to force that round 3. They lost by only 3 points in the first round. Now that said, oh, a narrow goal just missed there. An attempt though, taken back though by Howler. Howler finding that pass to the backboard. Well placed on both the pass and the finish. And a little nod of the head says Legend, and indeed, indeed. That is what they need. So with another offensive joust now going to Typhon. They've been putting in these pretty great jousts, not to jinx them in this case, but they've been pretty successful in both the dribbles as well as the passes, generally speaking. Although struggling a little bit on this one, they'll still recover eventually. And well communicated was that pass to Essex, already knew where to put it, but a better dive from Alpha Wolf, continuing to play some good defense. I'm impressed by Astral's defense on these plays as well, because they have been covering the lanes appropriately and quickly, especially the closer it gets to that bubble. They are really pouncing on a lot of those passes near that scoring proximity. So Astral, great on those defensive plays. Typhon, great on the offensive rollouts, but it's kind of a question of what is going to supersede the other. As it's a recovery back to the Typhon, possibly. Although the Legend trying their best to undo it. Lucid Knight up high and up to Essex. Now back to Game Tech, and they are going to tie it once again. How many times have I said this in this entire last, what, 18 minutes now? It's 2-point lead, 3-point lead for either team, and then 30 seconds, 1 minute later, it's a tie. That has been the absolute constant here. There's a great dribble play to launch out now for Astral. Astral sending it over. Legend. So great passing likewise from Astral. They are looking very locked on right now and focused. That said, losing focus of that disc. Lucid Knight causing some disruption is able to send that clearways into the orange zone. Recovery by Astral. Astral's been doing very good this game, says Bach. Finn in the chat there. Oh, maybe I can get some info and have that question answered, I suppose. Okay, I'll check. Welcome to the stream, though. Good to see you. Either way, hope everything's all well and good as Lucid Knight trying to make good on that play. That's going to be off. Rebound. Actually, everyone missing there, misreading the disc. Maybe too focused on each other. Will happen sometimes, right? Where you think, okay, that guy's going to get it, so I'm going to direct my attention to another player. The next thing you know, whoops, everyone missed the disc. Happened to me a couple times yesterday where I was actually playing Echo for once. That said, Lucid over on to Essex, and despite the extendo arm, was not able to get the grab, unfortunately. So that's going to be sent out into the blue zone. There's a stacks coming in quickly, taken back by Lucid. The Typhon, who were able to close out that first round just by the skin of their teeth, winning by 3 points in round 1. Round 2 is going to come very close to that once again. Similar finish here. It is tight. The pass just off, mishandled, and sent back out into the top trap. Lucid down the floor along with Game on the stack, and they are trying to make this one a game in 2 rounds if they can. A pick off there by the orange stacks. Legend along with, who was that? Satori, I believe, indeed. There's a pass up to Satori. They can take a lead here, and that will be huge to maybe take them to this 3rd round. A pass off to the Legend. The Legend is going to make that goal count. Ice in the veins for their team and on Astral, and that was so huge. The only danger here is that Typhon has some time. Not a lot, but they have some time. So let's see, quick launch is going to be a necessity, but a big stun coming in. So Satori able to cause that turnover, and they are looking in good position to lock this one down. 5 seconds remaining. Back into the midline, and just no more time. So with that, Astral now by 2 points, taking this round. Fantastic match. Continuing on here in Europe. Solo in the chat asking about the ranks. Diamond and Platinum, as you'll see here on the score screen real quick. But yeah, for Astral and Typhon ranked 14 and 18 respectively. 7 and 4 record for Astral in the Diamond division. For Typhon, right at the edge of Platinum, and in 6. So, you know, a win here. A win here for Typhon. Likewise, a loss for Astral. I mean, this could make the difference on these two teams potentially switching ranks by the end of this week. Or going into next week. Definitely a big game for both these teams, who have won much more than they've lost. And yeah, as we close off this season, just a couple weeks left of regular season, every one of these wins is going to count. This one could make the difference on who finishes in Diamond and who finishes in Plat. So either or, though, we're seeing some stellar play, suffice to say, from both these teams. Solo redeeming a hydrate, don't mind if I do. Look, I even got my new fancy metal reusable straw instead of the plastic boba one I've been reusing. The one inconvenience, it's a lot smaller of a straw, so can't get quite as much of the sweet cranberry down my gullet. That's all right though. Save the turtles and all that. That said, into the 3rd round, here we go. This has been an incredible match so far because the first 20 minutes of play, neither of these teams have pulled ahead by more than 3 points at most. It has just been back and forth, goal for goal for goal. So Typhon with control. 20 seconds into this 3rd round. Will be taken by Essex over on that side. You see the back line disrupted very well by Howler. Was kind of bothering both of those players. So force this haphazard clear. And yet again, good coverage by Legend. Astral's defense has been very, very nice. But that said, the offense, which has been punishing at junctures for Typhon, especially in that first round and a lot of the second, they were able to punish on a lot of those turnovers and capitalize very quickly Weren't able to on that occasion as Astral makes her way down the floor. The goal is momentarily uncovered, but now being closed up real quick. A pass off to Alpha Wolf with a duck. Not a wolf, but a duck. And Wolf maybe with even a self-pass, but no, that's going to be right back into the hands of Typhon as Game Tech clears that left lane. So as that continues to sail one way or the other, Lucid Knight being overtaken by Howler. Howler from the left lane clear. And Satori with a stack down the floor, or boost down the floor rather. Both teams still searching and vying for that control on the disc here, as it will be Alpha Wolf working their way up and backing it up to a Howler midfield. Still 0 points on the board in this third decisive round. Been a incredible game. That pass just off and great defensive coverage from Lucid, able to bother them as well on that barrier. Now into the goal. Oh my goodness, that was nearly in from a full court flinger. What a way to start the round that would have been for the first score. Nonetheless though, back into the blue zone for at least a moment, but I expect that's going to change soon. Again, both of these teams now just searching for that control. Name of the game is indeed the control, but oh, dislodge! The teammates bouncing it off each other. Will they recover? Maybe. Trying their best to gather that disc, but the chaos continuing here. The key really for either of these teams is going to be the first team to get this disc and the first team who can find a back pass, basically, or just find a reset pass to someone on the floor. Because so far it's a lot of grabs and then it's one and done. They're losing the disc right after. So here it is. There's the passes. They've connected on a few. There's the attempt on the goal, but too tough an angle on the backboard. Still yet a rebound going the way of Alpha. Alpha to the legend. They have some options. There's a cut. There's a backboard. There's an anchor instead. And the 2-point is hit for Astral. Lo and behold, indeed, there was the first team off of that 2 minutes and 43 seconds of madness. It was the first team able to hold on to the disc and complete a few passes in a row that was able to score after all. Echo is definitely a game of rhythms and flows, and when it gets into that crazy, chaotic gameplay where it's just clear after clear and turnover after turnover, usually it's a team who can just slow it down for a brief second that's able to calm it down just enough to find a steady goal. With that, some stacks back here for Astral. They're going to capture that disc. Satori sending it right over to Alpha. Now over to the Legend. Some fantastic passing again. The duck, what a move, but the save denied by Essex. Not in a mood for that passing play. They've seen enough. They don't want another score to go in. These teams are incredibly competitive right now. I have no idea in terms of predictions on who's going to take this one yet. I mean, you can see why both these teams have won, 3 or 4 games more than they've lost. So, either one wanting to give an inch or a centimeter, as the case may be. Gotta stay region appropriate. With that said, taken here by Typhon. Lucid Knight on that launch out. There's a double stackage, but a great grab by the Legend. Not even sure if Legend was looking, but was in the right place for the grab nonetheless. Andu with another pass over, and gorgeous way to get them started as well. 13 seconds off the clock on that joust. Andu to Lucid Knight. So with that, we're about halfway through this one. 5 minutes left on this decisive round. Quick launch, equally quick launch coming in now. As they try to get something going, but Astral will lose the disc momentarily, and that's going to be deep clear. Stacks coming by to maybe get a tie. Lucid Knights doing what they can to pass it off. The passing, so willing are these players to make the extra and then extra pass. No extra charge. But you love to see it, because what that tells you is a side of a great display of team chemistry. It shows that none of these players are concerned about the individual so much as the whole, right? They figure, I don't have to go and have one player finishing every single play necessarily. We'll just take the best possible option, whoever's open. And we know based off this kind of team play, everyone on the team is going to have a chance to get theirs at some point. We just want to get everyone in a good groove. So that's great to see. And it's tied up for, I believe, the 20th time in this match. Has to be. It has been non-stop ties in this game. Now a great pick from Lucid and Andu. Andu right down the floor. That will bounce high, bounce low, bounce into a goal. Andu on the recovery, and they are up on that delivery by 2 points. And 2, I guess. As the case may be. So with that, another launch out here is going to be picked off and sent down. Alpha Wolf down to the mid lane. Picked off and sent back into the waiting midst of Legend at the Cloud. Legend, though, being apprehended on that disc by that very, very brisk stack. They're going to have this open goal, and there you go. That is, I believe, 3 in a row. And if nothing else, importantly here, this is the first time in 27 minutes of play that we've seen a team pull ahead by more than 3 points in this match. So that is actually huge, huge news for Typhon. So with that, we do have a timeout as the teams maybe re-strategize for a moment and discuss their plans of action. For those tuning in as well, worth mentioning, of course, we do have Team Gravity versus Phantoms scheduled at the conclusion of this match. So as soon as this one is done, we will be right into that one. Maybe a couple minutes late, depending, but that will definitely be another exciting match to watch. But this one has been spectacular, just the same. Excited that I got to cast this one as well. Now, another reminder is also in about 30 minutes, 32 minutes from now, we will have the start of Venues stream for the European region. Starting off with Clover versus Jesters, Envy versus Aj, and concluding with Smash Dash versus Hyperion. So 3 master matches for you. We hope to all get in there to the Venues streams today. And yeah, tune in. And you know, for the Team Gravity and Phantoms match, would have loved to include that as well. Believe me, not a personal thing whatsoever, so I know some people are curious about those things. Only reason why it wasn't is because we have to lock down our starting match, at least like one starting time match, basically by Wednesday night or Thursday morning. So whatever happens to be scheduled in the Master Division at that point is usually what we'll take. And yeah, that's the only reason, just the timings. Otherwise, that would have been a spectacular match to include as well. But you know, it's been kind of a frequent theme on the European side of things. These Sunday matches will have 3, 4, 5, 6 master matches for Europe on these same time slots. It's a lot. It's a doozy. That said, maybe a 2, but no, just off a rebound coming in from Alpha Wolf. Alpha the Ducks. Oh, but Essex saying Alpha. That's me. I'm a little bit beta. Beta. You know what I mean. That said, these teams have been spectacular. I know I've said that maybe one too many times, but at the same time, not enough, because we're seeing some incredibly executed offense. And then we're also seeing some equally impressive defense. There is not a single thing, like aside of the moments in this match where there has been a few of those, you know, chaotic, really clear and boost heavy moments where it gets a little bit messy for 1 or 2 minutes at a time. I would say for 90% of this match, as a great pass there to Andu, completes it. A 6-point advantage now. There's very little things in this entire match really that I can point out as being bad or like needing improvement. The execution from Astral and Typhon has been equally great in different junctures across these 30 minutes. They're really at the top of their game, but unfortunately for Astral, they are down by 6 points with only a minute and a half left, so execution is going to be very, very pertinent here. But a turnover here may undo their chances. Let's see, though. They will get it back. So they're going to have to consider either a very quick 2, or they're going to have to look at those 3s otherwise in the next minute, or the next seconds, really. So quick 2, but no, turnover maybe. Let's see, knocked loose. They need that goal. They need that pass. There it is. Howler, one more to the backboard, and a save will still be in. So the technical goal going, and it's a 4-point differential. Not out of the woods yet. There is still a chance, however narrow, there is still a chance for Astral to come back. For Typhon, the absolute key here, the absolute key. Disc protection, goal protection, no 3s. If they happen to turn it over quick here, they want someone covering that goal. They don't want to give a chance at a game-winning shot for Astral in the last seconds. So if they can force 2 2s at worst, that would be great. Otherwise, they can just control this disc a few more seconds. This time is just about gonna be done. A goal here may indeed complete it. Will be rebounded right at the outer edge and slapped out of there by Astral. Typhon getting down on the recovery, but Typhon also getting on the victory. Not enough time, 15 seconds remaining, and Howler being stunned out, so maybe one more just to gift wrap this one and put it away, just narrowly missing, but it will not matter in the results. As the clock does wind down, hats off to Astral and Typhon for an incredible showing. That was one of the more competitive matches, most competitive matches I think you could hope to see in VRML at any point of the season. So well done, well done. Went all the way down to the wire. Third round win, rather, going to Typhon. With that said, I'm going to send you over to the stat screen, of course, courtesy by Ignite. And I'm going to go on mute, however, as I quickly try to get into our Phantoms versus Team Gravity match, which is indeed coming up next. So stay tuned. I'm going to be silent for a little bit, but we will be right back.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back to VR Master League. I'm Palidore, this is channel 1, and this is the channel where we're about to have some fun. Really complex rhyme there, I know. Team Gravity, Phantoms. You know, I said it before, right? In historically in VRML, I'd always get super hyped about an ace side, Joker, Ignite now, but Joker versus Kangarillas, that was always a thing, season after season. Over on the European end, same thing here. I would always regard Team Gravity versus Phantoms, whatever the rosters were, always an exciting match whenever they're paired up together. So, hey, I'm glad to be here. Glad to be casting it for sure. Glad you guys are here with us. A friendly reminder, we also have venues coming up for Europe in about 22 minutes from now. Again, would have loved to include this one in the match. Only reason it wasn't was just because we take those first matches by the end of Wednesday or like early Thursday morning. So that's all. It was scheduled a little bit later. Would have loved to have it otherwise, but you can bet was not a match that I particularly wanted to miss. So, hence, we are here.
We are here.
And Luke is apparently here indeed. Okay, so Luke, who will be casting venues, will be joining we, for at least these first 2 rounds. If it happens to go to a third, he will be over on venues in that case afterwards. But either way, all right, we've got ourselves a co-caster. What's up, Luke?
You know what? Not too much. I'm really excited for this match. I mean, these are the 2 Titans, right? I mean, Phantoms coming in number 2, your Gravity number 3. You know, that's okay. Who's number 1? Is Aj still number 1? Regardless, I mean, both these teams, so much history behind them, and I mean, so much dominance behind them. So, I mean,
Yeah.
This is very much a grudge match.
Yeah, Aj currently, sorry, Aj currently number 1 right now, 4-0 in this second cycle. Not far behind though, Phantoms and Team Gravity. They're both 4-1 on this cycle as well. With that, we are going into that first round right about now. Team Gravity coming off a loss to Everest. Definitely a bit of an upset situation there. Meanwhile, Phantom's loss came in about 1 week ago to Envy. With that though, the first round underway, so let's get it going. Yeah, Palidore and Luke here on VRML 1.
It's going to get sent into the bubble, but quickly picked up there by Team Gravity. Simon, though, looking for the clear. Gets the low pass. Haven't seen that pass angle before. That's a good one. But it's going to get cleared all the way through. That's a flat bounce, too. No, not quite. It's going to get picked up, though, by Archie, though. Looking around. Taking some time. Just looking to send it the other way.
Yes, indeed, and a lot of cluster here, as meanwhile that stack just waiting for that pass to go out, but still too much sauce on it, so will be turned right back over to Mazzolini's hands. Mazza deep down the floor, the stacks are there, 1 for either team, some stuns are there as well. Winter is coming, Winter is going, Winter is passing, Beaver is finishing right into that dam for the 2 points.
2-0, Phantoms on the board first, but I mean, just the speed and efficacy of both these teams is absolutely incredible. Setting up on the bubble, setting up around the bubble, and setting up that beautiful passing play to get 2. But Gravity, there's lots of fight left in them. Still 8-9 minutes left.
Ooh,
but they missed the disc, and just like that, it's up 5, Phantoms.
Oh dear, it'll happen to teams of every level. I always say it because it's true, but unfortunate to have it happen here this early. To get down 5 points. So Team Gravity trying to come back on this offensive joust. Little miscommunication. Shout out, by the way, to Aries. What's up? And Mizzy again. We got Luke. See, now we can both pronounce your names, right? What's up, Steel Sky? Good to see you again. This time in the casting end of things. Played with/against Steel just yesterday. That was fun. And Ant, as well as Game Tech. Good games earlier, for sure. Great games, in fact. But back into this round. Oh, no! Back into the goal. Excuse me. Just looking like me and Scrims last night. A 3 being left open. Simon punishing.
Yeah, just like that. It's a 2-point game. I mean, Gravity are definitely in it to win it. But I mean, definitely everyone not sure who's going to take it. Prediction polls even. Connoisseur votes even. I mean, here we go. But it's Phantoms now for the first time on the judge's advantage. Looking for that pass across. Doesn't quite connect. Has a little bit too much power on it. So that's going to be a turnover. Simon sending it across to the stack of his team. Who will connect to Viatrex. Viatrex moving into this bubble. Sees a pass high. Connect with it. Dive it in. And just like that, the game's tied.
Oh, there you go. You know Team Gravity won't be held down for all too long. So had that unfortunate turnover earlier on to put them down 5, but just like that, as you said, it's back to a tie at 5. So well done, and also Mixie. Okay, so now I did mess it up twice. Never again. I swear on probably everything.
Probably everything. Yeah, shout out to Mixie. Shout out to Zamasu. How do you, is that how you say your name properly, Zamasu?
Zamasu, there's my guess.
That's my guess too. But nevertheless, Mazzolini's not guessing. He's passing down field. Maybe looking for a long three, but there's a goalie back, so he's just going to pass back Beaver. Beaver now to Archie. Archie quickly over to Winter. Winter looking for the angle. Connects with his teammate Beaver. Beaver already 2 on the board from that beautiful passing play. Tries to set up one more. The reset. It's good. Archie just moving up slowly. I mean, Phantom's just taking space, but they're happy to play the game at their pace. No rushing here.
Oh yeah, they are working it up, and this is a team. I mean, both applies to both teams, but they all know how to speed it up and slow it down as needed, as necessary. Good dish off there, underarming it to Mazza, who gets it to Beaver. Beaver right back to Mazza, a little outside the reach, kind of through the pass between 2 teammates, as Archie will be in a rock and a hard place at the moment, being contested very well. All these players on the passes, but soft enough to make the catch. Beaver, one more up high. Winter maybe looking for that angle, and Winter does splinter for a 2-point lead.
Wow, what a play. Phantoms up 2 just like that, but we're only 4 minutes in this game. I mean, it feels like so much longer. Neck and neck. Phantoms looking to take the lead for the first time. Sorry, Gravity looking to take the lead for the first time.
Yeah, they managed to come back down 5 to tie it up, but now right back to try and do so again. Not wanting to lose the couple matches in a row there, certainly, which would be an incredibly rare thing for Team Gravity, who again, back-to-back winners dating back to the preseason of VRML. I mean, this has been just a titan of a team, as you mentioned to start this stream.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, and this is going to be a lot of stuns coming through, so it's a race to the disc, but it will not get picked up by anybody, controlled by anybody. Now it will get picked up by Archie over to Mazzolini. Mazzolini looking for the long pass, but too long because it's going to be intercepted by the Geo. Short pass now. Archie's just looking to set this up, and Phantoms go in the offense again.
That they are, so working it up that floor has Louis bothering, trying not to get too caught up though. They'll pass it off to Archie, who cuts down and gets cut off, but the pass off and the throw down. It's a 4-point lead for the Phantoms.
Wow. I mean, those upside down players, Beaver, I mean, absolutely doing some work here in the arena. 7 points already to their name. That is the points leader here, but 9-5, 4-point game. Gravity, they still have more than enough time to come back.
And chat there complimenting the passing and the plays, Twang Pants as well, and Artificial Ultra. Yeah, exactly. These are master teams. These are ultra teams, and we're having a ball. That said, it is taken by Lowrider from the bow tie. Just getting it right by Winter, passing it to Louis. There's that passing again. You mentioned chat, it's all over the place, as well as the Dusties for that matter.
Yeah, and there's a stun. I mean, no space, no time for Gravity to do what they want. As Phantoms is going to send that one all the way down. The stacks are there. Do they get there? Yes, they do. And suddenly they're back on offense. One more reset. One more dive. One more pass. No, going to get lost, but maybe slapped back. No, the stun's coming through. So great defense from Gravity as they do get the clear.
Stuns coming through, and now a stack coming through, but a little mishandling there from the players. Need to rush that one down below. Good communication to get it to Lowrider. Low to Louis. Louis back to Lowrider, and they're finding their 2-point deficit now only, so cutting back into it. Team Gravity able to respond after a few minutes without a goal for them.
Yeah, fantastic job. Gravity clawing their way back, 3:30 on the clock. I mean, a 3, they're still within reach. A 3 can take the lead for them, again, for the first time in this match. But Phantoms looking to add on the pressure, add 2 more points as they do dodge it, but they lose a hand on it, and it will be picked up by Gravity. Open 3 for the time being, but no, it's a scramble and a quick reset to Archie. Archie gets the outlet pass, connects to Mazza. Mazza, long shot, but the stack will recollect.
Well, that they do. Might have had a chance at it, but of course, anything that looks open, especially in Europe, no, it's not. The stacks are too fast. Never is. So with that, it's Mazzolini with a disc. Mazza trying to work around that defense. Meanwhile, the bow tie also well contested. So passing angles closed off. What do? They back pass. And nice job to slow it down and now make some calculated moves up the floor. Although Lowrider trying to undo that.
Yeah, trying to undo that, but they do get the pass off anyway to Archie. Archie now cutting across to Mazza. Mazza, one more. Oh my goodness, nice. What an angle. 11-7. Phantoms take a 4-point lead.
That was a great pocket right through the goalie's wickets there. Toki also stopping by the chat. Welcome to Toki and Artificial talking about the Jokies. Well, indeed. They're ultra. They're super. They're superficial, artificial, and back into the match. 4-point lead. Phantom's way.
Yeah, Gravity hit against the shield there of the closed gate on that rollout. So I thought for a second Phantoms was able to grab a disc and score a 3, but fortunately they did recover quickly. But it means that this disc is still stuck in their zone, and just like this, Phantoms diving in, cutting in, collapsing in on the bubble, and one last pass, one more goal, 6-point lead. Phantoms looking strong.
That they are. Wow. So those extra passes, which I always say, as I don't know if Pyro Games is in the chat, probably asleep right around now because of those late shifts, but always said the extra pass, one of my favorite phrases to point out and say all the time. It's true. It's true. I love that teamwork.
Yeah, I mean, teamwork really does make the dream work, especially at this level. But it's just going to be passed back to Lowrider. Lowrider looking for the pass up. Will connect with Vitrex. Moving through. Connecting to Simon. Simon, one more cut. Lowrider gets it too. Making it a 4-point game. Gravity's trying to get their way back.
Absolutely. And Team Gravity's saying, see, we can do the teamwork as well. It's in our names, for that matter. No coincidence, surely. Although maybe it was. The fact that for our first few seasons, the champions of NA and EU, they all had teams in their name. Team Joker, Team Gravity. So you guys know these are long-established teams, and they have that kind of chemistry. They're still within reach, although any kind of discontrol here should secure this round for Phantoms. We'll see, though. Have to act very fast.
Yeah, they really do, but that's going to get stolen. Gravity need a long 3, but they're going to hand it up to Simon. Lining it up, but there's a goalie back. Getting pressured, so going for the reset time is not on their side. Vitrax looking for one more. Will connect wide, but Lowrider immediately gets stunned, and Archie sends that the other way.
Into that tunnel it goes. That time is just about out, so Archie now trying to maybe end this one out. Mazzolini on the drive, and just as he turns around, that's going to be sent right into that post. No momentum because of these stuns, but that said, no more time, and Phantoms in this first round at the very least, they are going to procure this victory.
They are. Maybe one more 3. No, just a 2. Just for posterity. Making this a 2-point game at the end, but Gravity, I mean, man, oh man, they are looking to find a round 3.
And it can happen, and it would not be the first time, particularly between these two specific teams over the last couple of years. So anything can happen. We saw in the last stream that we just concluded that was just amazing between Typhon and Astral. That match for basically 27 of the 30 minutes, neither team got more than 2 or 3 points ahead. It was one goal the entire way up until the very, very end, last few minutes. So that was in the Diamond and Diamond/Platinum division, kind of right on the edge. And for these two teams here, long established in the Master, yeah, those round 3s, I mean, when it comes to coming up in the clutch, these teams know how to do it. Team Gravity knows how to do it. They've done it, for that matter, in big match situations when it comes to finals and qualifier, things like that. And just, it would not be a surprise, certainly, Luke. So we'll see. The outlook is good.
Yeah, it really would not be a surprise at all. I mean, the stats are so even, right? There's some more possession time with Phantoms, but I mean, at this level, I mean, sure, at lower levels, honestly, possession time is very indicative of how the game goes. Right. But at this level, I mean, you can have a team double mercying and having 2 less minutes simply because they're making faster decisions, faster plays. So, I mean, the stats are even across the board. But let's see. Gravity, as you said, known for those comebacks, known for those reverse sweeps. Let's see if they can pull through and get a round 3.
Indeed. And chat there, lamenting the lack of a Luke cam. Yeah, apologies for that. That was kind of a last-minute Luke stopping in there. But glad to have him because, you know, get these couple of rounds casted. And that said, this first joust resulting in some saves, resulting in some tap-backs and some clap-backs. Archie with a good one.
Big, sad. But Phantoms, I mean, they're starting off just like how they finished. I was maybe a little bit curious to see if Team Gravity could kind of go off that last momentum, you know, getting the late 3 with a few seconds left, getting that momentum maybe in their favor. But, I mean, these teams absolutely disciplined, and Phantoms take the first points on the board in the second round as the pass does come through. Nice pass across to Simon. Simon looking for an angle. Tries to find one, finds one to Louis. No, back to Lowrider. Lowrider slowing down the play. Finding the angle of Vitrax. Vitrax diving in. It's a 2-on-3, but they can play that all day, and just like that, they tie up the game 2-all.
Vitrax, always viable. Like to say one of those players would call them just an in everything, man. You know, just whatever Via needs to do. The most veteran player, I think, of everyone in this current match. There since basically the beginning of Echo 2017, and you know, he will do a little bit of everything, or a lot bit of everything as needed on a team. So always a solid there on the assist. Into the midfield it goes, but a turnover perhaps. It will be Team Gravity taking it back and the reset. Although just a miscue, actually back to Winter, and this will be a rescue effort from the aforementioned Via. And look at what I said, it's Via just doing what he needs.
Doing exactly what he needs. What a save there, coming in clutch, keeping the game tied. But Phantoms still have control and their eyes on the prize. That's a 2-0 victory against Gravity here. They don't want no round 3, but that pass is going to get read by Simon, and Simon's just going to clear it the other way.
That goes into the trap. Meanwhile, a multitude of brawls unraveling at the midfield. Some more yet unraveling at the midfield. Trying to retain it over in the backfield. It's taken by the 3-point line as Archie sends it right over to that tunnel. Narrowly avoiding the stack, and there you go. They're starting to pick up the pace here for Gravity. That's what you historically are used to seeing, just blazing down the floor.
Yeah, you really are, as Simon is going to slowly move this upfield, looking for a pass across, connects to Viatrex. Viatrex looking clean, but just slowing it down, waiting for his team to move up. Finds him, but that pass is not where he wants to go. That pass is scuffed, so we'll get picked up by Phantoms, and Phantoms sending it to Winter. Winter, one more pass across. And maybe the clear from Beaver? No, baiting in a defender first. And that clear's not quite what they wanted.
Getting lost again a little bit at the mid lane. A few different exchanges of possessions, but there's the stack once more. So if anything else, Team Gravity in this round, you can tell as I look at that dribble as well. If they're going to come back here and force that round 3, they're going to do it the old-fashioned way, which for them is to say, yes, they can pass, but they are also known as one of the fastest in the entire world, as we just see them get end-to-end in a hurry.
Yeah, they really are, as unfortunately the ding ring there saying, no, thanks, but there's one more, and there's a pass, and there's a goal. 4-2. Gravity take the lead for the first time in this matchup.
Absolutely. And with that, that's a good sign for them. Suffice to say, for Phantoms, I know they're not going to be all too worried yet because, again, they've been all too successful across these last few seasons, not to discount Phantoms whatsoever, because although the rosters have certainly changed on the Phantoms by name season to season, it's a team that, regardless, is just known for excellence on any given season and for being right there at the very, very top of Master Division as well.
Yeah, and that is certainly what is associated with Gravity. I mean, much of the same associations as it is going to get sent through, but Simon reads those and looking for a 3, no, looking for a pass, and Louis looking just for a pass back to reset. But that's going to go all the way back. That's a self-clear. That's not what they wanted, but the stack will get back, and Lowrider looks right back.
All right, so back over to Simon now and Louis. Even off of the heavy defense in the way, there's going to be an open goal, but it's the second time we've seen just a narrow miss right off the same exact area as well. Right at the bottom pocket. The fortunate thing for Gravity has been off of these misses, they have been able to stack back quicker, as we see here yet again. Even overshooting it, they still got back to the disc first. That's going to be the one thing that's in their favor. I mean, what can I say, Luke? They are just everywhere at once, but Phantoms, they still cause enough disruption to get that to the midfield.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, they're just disrupting all the flows that Phantoms are trying to do. As it is going to get picked up quickly by Louis Anmo, but stolen by off the head, I think, of a Phantoms player. So will be Beaver recollecting, sending it up to Mazza. Mazza looking for the clear out. No, the outlet pass, and one more reset. And Phantoms going back to what they do best, that midfield passing, but that passing play doesn't quite connect, so it's going to be a clear right into the hands of Simon.
Maybe a little missed opportunity for the Phantoms, although they do get the disc back. I was going to say, because Beaver was actually doing a great job to delay that stack of Gravities for a long time, so someone was open for a shot, but they were not able to get it going, so they turn it over, and now Gravity trying to collect that disc, maybe a little too fast. Now they need some defense in the, but maybe no, it's Louis just eyeing him down, and right before they're able to get back, stared them in the eye to get their goal.
Yeah. Just to get their goal and 4 points up halfway through this round. I mean, I dare I say we may be going to a round 3. Let's find out, though, as a Gravity is again on the forcing the just advantage for Phantoms unwillingly, of course, but Phantoms duck. They have control. They have power. Beaver to Mazzolini. Mazzolini back to Beaver. Juking around, almost getting stunned. That's a good pass, Winter. Winter moving in slowly. One more pass across, but maybe a bit of miscommunication there, as it's not going to connect directly with the teammate. Instead, it's going to connect with Luyamo, who gets the clear.
All right, now picked off by Archie. Archie with, in a situation where they know they need to score rather soon. They've not been able to get those points up with the, efficiency and quickness as they were in that last round. Struggling a little bit here as we wind down. Granted, both teams rather low scoring, but the longer this stays at a multi-goal advantage, even if just by 4 points, the more this is going to benefit Gravity, who can indeed slow it down in the last minutes just to waste some time.
Yeah, and that's just going to be Phantoms. They're looking, no waste, no time, but they have the ding ring. No! That's not what they wanted, but the slap back, it's good. Connects with Winter. Winter over to Archie, and Archie gets the 2, and just like that, this game is within reach.
Well, needed it and got it, so well done. All right, so as we continue this round now, quick note as well, we do have venues starting in a couple of minutes, just by the by. So we will, of course, stay here on Channel 1 with this game. Luke is going to go over to venues, and we'll be there, and we'll send him a nice old raid after the conclusion of this match, certainly. But with that, 2.5 remaining, and off into the mid lane, so it'll be just me from here on out. But that said, this is just a fantastic match so far. Gravity can't hold them down. It's in the physics. Ares saying, what a goal. Indeed. Those submarine shots, I suppose. I don't know if... I've heard a couple different names, but submarine seems to be the one that's maybe sticking a little bit more lately, as well, sticking it to him with a stun. Lowrider, and look at that. They're up to 12 points. This is following the first round, where Gravity... Let's see, scored... Oh, it was 13-11. So yeah, got brought back at the very end. Big turnaround, suffice to say. I mean, Phantom's scoring 13 in one round and then only 2 goals in these 9 minutes of round 2. And not to beat that dead horse, but as I said, it's been the fact that over and over, as another goal goes down for Gravity, it's been the fact that a very, very high percentage of the Gravity stacks have been able to get to that disc first. Just about every time. Even when they're overshooting, or even when they are, the second stack to get going. Like, they may not be the first stack to get going. They may not be the first stack to get to the disc, on the initial read, and yet they're still able to get their stacks faster and their regrabs a little bit faster. So I think that's just the one thing that's been disrupting Phantoms. They have not had time to really focus down and work with something nice and easy. Nothing here has been easy for the Phantoms in round 2 in comparison to their amazing round 1. Simon, bottom pocket there. 3-point hit. 17 big points in this round. So the third is a guarantee. I'm just curious now, obviously, to see how Phantoms will react, because we know they can and we know that they have. Wow, that was almost a great shot. But just a matter of adjusting for that stackage, basically. I don't whether they need to find theirs a little bit quicker, or they need to try and break the brawls and break the stacks on the end of Gravities. One way or the other, they need to find a way to nullify what TG has been able to do. But with that, round 3, after an absolute snowball coming in from Gravity in round 2, 19-4. And yes, I will indeed take a drink. Sorry. Just to say, sorry for the hoarseness. Indeed, I get like that. But thank you for the redemption. I needed it. Over to the second round. Appreciate it, Rainsy, making it rain with the sips, I suppose. Save the turtles. All right. Anyway, with that, let's see. What? Rainsy, what are you talking about? I have no idea. So, again, a reminder to you guys, obviously we're going to stay here for the conclusion of this match. between Phantoms and Gravity, third round, but also starting right about now over on VRML main as well as in venues and, you know, the usual places. We have our venues matches. That will be opening with Clover versus Jesters. We have Envy versus Aj, which obviously that one got a lot of hype votes as well. And Smash Dash versus Hyperion to conclude things. We'll also have, meanwhile, on either channel 1 or 2, I'm not quite positive yet, as we go into the third round. We'll also have Neon versus Tyro EU in about half an hour, it looks like. So you got some options, but indeed, we are back into a 3. Simon says we're in it to win it. So, not the best of news here for Phantoms, who, again, the question was how they were going to address what happened in round 2. To start off with just a turnover into an open goal, I should say, on that joust. Definitely a tough bullet to bite. But we've seen Phantoms, they have been, on the whole, a fantastic team, especially with that team play, the passing play, things like that. I mean, as impressive as any team, I think, in the league. Mazzolini, they're going to secure their goal. And a very pleasant sight to see, especially when they were only held to 4 points in round 2. So, yeah, these first 2 or 3 minutes of the third round are going to be extraordinarily telling. Now with that, it's taken back by Archie. So there we go. We're seeing some signs of life indeed from Phantom's side. Taking it back, there's Winter just denying that stack a bit, but a stack redirecting again. A lot of regrabs in there. Lowrider trying to dive out and collect that disc to get sent into the trap. Now with that, taken back one to the opposite trap. But you see what I mean? Just those double stacks. I don't know how you get around that. That is it's one of those cases where easier said than done, certainly. But if you just look at all the double stacks going across the floor, how do you work with that? You break up one stack, but the other one's already there to punish anyways. Nonetheless, great grab coming in from Louis. Has to get rid of it though. The defense is in the area. Sends it over now to Lowrider. Lowrider on that through. Archie breaking away the Lone Ranger, now being joined by a few more players as they take their place in defensive position. Rather, getting in their offensive position, I should say. Backing it to the Pac-Man, and a pick off there from Viatrex. So read that lane wisely, and that's a turnover, that's a punish! Do I need to say more? I don't think I do. I mean, you talk about an instantaneous punish off of a turnover. That had to be 1 second flat, if that. The second that Viatrex caused a turnover, that other stack was already there in the bubble for the recovery and the score. I mean, that was, you blink your eye and you miss it. I don't know what I would do is all I'm saying. That said, a 3-point play is going to be huge, and you know what? That is in fact the double-edged sword. If there is a double-edged sword to 2 stacks, is that you do leave that goal open if you can't get back fast enough. In that case, good breakage and good takeage, I suppose. 5-5. Great shot. So on this launch now, Simon going over to Viatrex, but great job on that double stack coming in from Phantoms. Able to cause a turnover in their own right. Attempting to vie for control down there. Slapping it over. Well communicated from Phantoms. Put it at the right place. Now Phantoms trying to make their way down the floor just the same. Whoa, what happened there? A save from Louis that looked like a guaranteed dunk. My goodness. Well, somehow that disc did not go in. That's shocking. That was a hair away from being inside the goal. You do not see that saved often, so I'm confused, but I'm amused. And that said, that's a 2 coming in from Gravity, and they're up by 2, just the same. 4 minutes into round 3. Indeed, if anyone I'll have to look at it myself because that was a bottom pocket dunk basically, and I have no idea how that it did not go in. But seeing is believing, and well, obviously we saw that no score was had, so must have been a big save or something weird otherwise. Whatever the case is, props for never giving up on the play, right? Even when a goal looks like it's guaranteed to go against you, the great teams of this league, just know how to not give up until it's finished, right? Until that last goal is secured and until they can't do anything anymore. A pass there from Beaver, though, or from Winter to Beaver. It's going to tie it up again. So looking much cleaner now for Phantoms. They've already exceeded their scoring total from the second round. Round 1 was very, very close. Only, 13 to 11 in round 1. Round 2 was 19 to 4, favoring Gravity. But here we are, tied up in round 3. So they have regathered themselves and found some stability. As a 3, though, will maybe dislodge that stability just a slight bit. Simon, that is at least his second 3 of this third round. I was saying, didn't go in, was a good save. All right, yeah, I believe it. I'm shocked because, man, oh man, how many times these days do you see, again, dunks being saved ever? It just doesn't happen often. It's so, so rare. But yeah, all the more impressive that it was indeed saved. But with that, it's going to be taken out here. Right into the bubble. 2-on-2 in the goal, but no one actually inside the goal. Lowrider is going to push them up by 4 points. Or rather, 5 points, because math. Someone call tutorial bot, because I'm losing it. Where did Luke go? Indeed, venues. Yeah, so Luke was kind of last-minute join for the cast, so we can get 2 casters for at least the first 2 rounds. And then if it was going to a 3rd round, because of the venue start time, Luke had to go on shift over, so... You know, you got me, and you got a 2 for Mazzolini. Needed that, and they got it. 12 to 9, still favoring Team Gravity, who will go back on the offensive joust. What's up to Lucid Knight as well in there? And again, Game Tech, a very, very good match that you guys had just before this stream. One of the, as I said to finish that stream, I think you couldn't possibly ask for a more competitive match where 27 out of 30 minutes were spent with both teams being within 2 or 3 points of each other. Fantastic match. So for you guys who didn't catch that one, I would highly recommend go watching that VOD by the by of Typhon and Astral. But that said, Louis Animo with the great one-on-one. Now, Team Gravity, they got started off a little bit slow in that first round, but man, they sped up. 14 to 9. They are in a decent position now, not looking to lose 2 in a row after that loss versus Everest just a few days back. Because even dating back to pre VRML, ESL, or even just other leagues matches otherwise, I'm not sure the last time Gravity had lost two in a row in any league, really. So kind of a rare thing. That said, Simon trying to make sure it stays that way these last couple minutes. Disc control is going to be very, very crucial. Likewise for Phantoms, they know because of Gravity's ability and tendency to stall it out in these last minutes if they're ahead. As you see here, they know they have to be more aggressive on defense, and they are. So it's going to be unfortunate because the trick to that is it does potentially leave those goals a bit more open than Phantoms would like. But that said, well done. They cause a turnover, so the stack coming in quickly. They've got some time to spare still yet to come back in this round, and Archie throwing it down. They are back within 3 points. Well done. It is... Talk about things that are not easy. Defending against the stall in the last minutes of action, that is not easy. But they did it. Phantoms, well done. What's up to Retep also in the chat? Of course, one of our wonderful production leads and casters. Good luck on your match coming up in 15 as well. Let's see. 1 minute and 17 remaining. The aggression. Ooh, the turnover. Okay, so let's see now. They might have an open 3 if they can get this really quickly. They fling it, the soft shot. Oh my goodness, it's tied. Team Gravity and Phantoms are tied in the last minute of round 3. Beaver, leave it to him. What a shot. And that had to be, it was slow as well. And the thing is, it had to be because he was way down here fading away. You had to have put a soft touch on it in order to squeeze that through. And some way, somehow, One of those rare times Team Gravity was not able to stack back into the defense. What a perfect way to tie it up. That said, this play is coming down to the wire, so 1 point either direction could very well be the game-winning play on this match. 30 seconds remaining. Adrenaline at an all-time high. Simon from down low. Simon getting stunned. Beaver, the takeover. Beaver just had the heroics on the other end. Now Beaver causing a turnover on this one. There's 18 seconds left. And back first is Simon for Team Gravity. We could be eyeing an overtime here in the next minute. In the next 10 seconds for that matter. So deep fling, that's going to Ricochet. Winter is right there with Viatrex nearby. Winter with one more fling off the boop shot. But no, sir, Simon. And it is an OT in round 3. Does not, literally does not get better than that. What a comeback, though, from Phantoms. They played perfectly on the stall defense to cause a turnover to bring them within 3. And then that beautiful shot from Beaver to tie it up. Now it's just down to that experience, that veterancy. Let's see which one applies a shot. Oh my! It's grazing by, and it's a miss there. A chance to put it away. Team Gravity back at it again. Simon with the drive. Simon with a pass. Viatrex now getting stunned right in the mix, and it's back into the midfield again. Taken here by Archie. Archie checking behind. Archie checking in front. Archie looking to that side, the shoulder, and now maybe the game, no! So a miss on either end from both teams. It's back, though, to Winter. Winter, Phantoms looking to capitalize here on a play, but now some disarray. Gathered back by Louis. Oh boy, both of these teams have a chance. It's Winter being stunned now. Clumps up of players, bodies everywhere on the floor. 1 minute, 9 seconds left. Possession to Archie. Possession to Mazzolini. Mazzolini over to Winter. Possession to Winter. Over to that side. Pass over to Beaver. Beaver has the backboard. Beaver has the angles. What are they gonna do? What, looking for that extra pass, but no, the disc losing. Oh my goodness, the tracking. This has turned into absolute chaos. Unbelievable. Now Simon, the deep heave. Could it be? No, a miss for the 3 and the win. 14-14. This is sudden death, and these teams are going to be stressed to death by the end of this. Louis with that pass over. That goal is open. The shot, it's made! And Team Gravity, they've won it on this day. 17-14, and a big shot from Lowrider. And they will be riding high. Just a little bit more sweaty than they may have anticipated or would have liked. What a match that was. Unfortunate, as I do note, aside of the tracking error, I think there may have been a crash there at the last second. Either way, I'm really hoping that didn't play a heavy part, but that said, what a work of art that was from these two teams. Man, like I said, adrenaline all-time high. You see those misses on the goal from both teams in overtime. Sometimes that's what adrenaline will do to you, especially when neither team was able to get too much disc control because of all the stacks going one way and the other across the floor. That was intense, man. That's it. Okay, yeah. Whew. Now I need to calm down because that was stressful for me. My goodness. High scoring as anything, 17-14 in overtime. Like I said, these two matches that we just did on VRML 1 does not get better than that. 3 rounds for both of them, and then an overtime in 3rd round for this Master Tier match. That was something else. So Team Gravity will, in fact, be able to prevent that two loss streak, which, like I said, not a common thing. For Phantoms, 13-2 now, only their 2nd loss. Like I said, they have been incredible this season. They will be 4-2 in Cycle 2. Gravity will be 5-1 in Cycle 2. And, you know, I saw some of the chat there. I'll give you the points. Yes, I will. I saw some of the chat there mentioning, you know, Team Gravity maybe will be able to heat things up later in the season and going into finals. And honestly, that would be my expectation. Not my guarantee, granted. But it's one of those things. I've said it for Ignite, or I've said it for like Leviathan, you know, our champions in our other leagues, or other regions, and even you know, first hand from when I was a player to like sometimes, you know, you start off the season a bit slower. And then when you get into the mix of things at mid-season and beyond, you start fighting it again. For Team Gravity specifically, back in Season 1 of VRML, they did take about a 5-week break or so, where they just didn't play in the first season for a solid month and a half. Then they came back in the late season, like the last few weeks of the season. A little bit of rust was there, but by the time it got down to the wire, got down to those big games and finals, they came back and won. And when you're looking at across all our regions, teams who have won back-to-back in championships, basically can't not give them the benefit of the doubt until they lose that first time, I feel like. Now, that said, it could absolutely happen this season for any of our regions. Next season especially. Competition's only getting tighter. That much is evident, We've seen it from, although Ignite's been flawless on the victories so far this season, we've still had teams take rounds off of them a few times. We've had teams almost take rounds off of them a few times. Over on the OCE side, Leviathan, same kind of story. They've had matches, a match taken off of them. They've had some rounds taken off of them, but at the end of the day, it's just that's the nature of competition. It'd be more concerning if we didn't see that. So anything could happen. Anything could happen. But certainly, all exciting things. With that, let me see. Venues should be live right around now, so I'm going to, in just a minute, raid you guys over there for the next European matches. Okay, there you go. So if you guys want to join that raid, we'll send you over to the venues. You can mind here on channel... Still haven't decided. Maybe channel 2, just so we can pull it into venues if needed, during intermissions. But over on channel 2, I will have for you guys, what was it again? Tyro versus Neon. So, yeah, Tyro EU versus Neon. And that will be in about 12 minutes. So you have your options. You can join for whatever you'd like. But I appreciate you guys for joining me anyways. And thank you to Luke as well earlier on. I'm going to raid you guys over now. So goodbye to the 34 of you on that raid. Boom. And then for those of you who happen to stay here past that raid, well, I've been Palidore. This has been VR Master League Channel 1. Team Gravity versus Phantoms. Perhaps a finals preview. Although there's a lot of teams I can include in that. We shall see. So until next time, be happy, healthy, safe, and be great to each other. And I'm going to see you again pretty soon. Take it easy.
And we're underway.
Season 4 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, VRware, Rebuff Reality, VR Cover, and ProTube VR.